everyone, and welcome back to another little tutorial to help us with our Surreal Portrait unit. This one is about learning to separate the red and the blue-green channels which make up the white light and what we think are normal colours in our images. So I'm going to do this by going into Photoshop, opening up an image that we would like to work with, and got an image somewhere of Joy Hester that might be good to use. So Joy, or we might try it with Clarice Beckett, she's one of my favourite artists. Okay, Command++, open that up. Alright, so just to start it off, I'll click that layer, lock, and get the lock off. If it brought up a screen that said layer styles and you need to click OK, just do that. I'm going to need two layers here, so I'm going to drag this layer down into my new layer copy option next to the bin here. If your layers window was missing and your screen looked more like this, you would go up to Window and find Layers and open it up, and there it was. Okay, I'm going to double click on one of these layers and it brings up my layer style options. I'm going to turn off the green and the blue channels and leave only the red channel, and this means that all the white light that you see is going to look red. So I click OK, turn the eyeball off on the other layer, and there we are. Now we're going to turn that one off, turn this layer on with an eyeball. We're going to double click this layer, and this time we're going to turn off the red, and we're going to just allow all the whites and the greys to look like they're a blue, green, teal colour. So those two colours are very much in reference to the 3D glasses that you get and all the associations you get with watching 3D movies. So it has a nice kind of design link there. To now actually view those together in this image, I've just pressed Command+ then to zoom it up. I'm going to use the Move tool, so that's V on the keyboard or just the top tool here, and now I'm just going to drag that layer slightly to the right, and there you have that lovely red and teal colour all through the image. I can make that more obvious, and if you wanted to, you could in fact save one of those layers separately and reverse it so that she was looking in another direction, or you might want to actually just have that blue one and then have another picture of her or another picture of something else that you combine and put on top. In this case, I'm just going to go maybe about that far in this one. Now I haven't tried combining this with another image, but we can give that a go now as well. So if all you need to do was to separate the red and blue, you can stop and have a go yourself, screen grab it and pop it into your visual diary. If you want to see what some other possibilities are, then stay tuned for a bit more. So I'm going to now open up an image of a date palm that I've got, which I have sitting in downloads. Down here, click open. Alright, so I will now double click that layer lock and turn it off. I'm going to go Command A for Command All to select it all, Command C to copy it back to the picture where I'm going to stick it in, and Command V. And all I've got here is the sky. This picture must be enormous compared to the other one, so I need to scale this picture down. So I need to press Command T. So you need to change the size of something, Transform tool, T for transform. So I'm going to click, just hold down Shift and keep thumb on the keypad and just keep dragging this enormous image down, 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 down. There would be a quicker way of doing this. You can probably select something and say, become 3 by 5 centimetres, something like that. This is actually one of the biggest images I think I've ever seen. Whee. All right, I've just had another thought. That's just ridiculous. I'm going to delete that layer and we're going to show you what to do. Instead, we're going to make this image bigger. So image size, let's change the resolution to 300 and let's make that 21 centimeters wide, and or maybe not that much, let's just make it 16, because you can see it's going to pixelize a little bit here. In fact, let's make that even a little bit better, just maybe 10. We'll try our luck there. All right, Command 0 rather, and that brings it down to size. All right, let's try again to bring in our picture of our tree. Command C, Command V, that's better. There's not so much dragging around we have to do now. We can probably do this in 4 goes. Hooray! Make that 2 goes. All right. Command O, so I can see what's going on. Click Enter. And now let's just get this perhaps into the red channel. So I'll double click. Yep, red channel will be fine. And now I'm just going to have a think. It's kind of this radiating date palm leaves are working quite well from her hair out, and it's not bad here in that side, but it's just really a bit annoying on the face, so we need to erase that. You could have a go with a mask, or I might just use the eraser tool at the moment. Now it's currently on 51% opacity, but that's actually working quite well. And I know that because up here, 51%. I put on the eraser tool because I selected E on the keyboard, but you might want to use the tools over here. There's eraser. So now I'm just going to go back and slowly but surely take out some of those date palms that look like they're being uncomfortable in her image at that point. All right. I'm wondering whether I can get them a little bit darker over here. So as soon as I want to increase contrast, I press Command L. And I drag that inline here and overdo it just to see what's going to happen. And I'm losing too much effect. So we'll keep that out here for this one. That seems to work about reasonably well there. And the white, actually works probably about there. Okay. All right. Now I might just twiddle away a little bit further here, and you guys can get on with the image surreal manipulation that you want to do and explore. Thanks for listening.